Hello everyone, and welcome once again to my channel, where everything you're about to hear and see has been done in one take. I'm your host, the One Take Man. I am a little bit more dressed up for today than I usually am, and that's because today's topic is going to be the 95th Academy Awards, which will be released or presented on March 12th of 2023, which at the time of this video's release will be the following day. I am currently recording this video in the week in a week when the nominations were announced, and I thought I would go through them, give perhaps some early impressions, and make some predictions about who will win. These predictions will most likely be bad because reasons. Because I try to judge them by merit, and I know that the Academy Awards don't really work by merit. They work by for your consideration, if you catch my drift. Then again, if everyone does for your consideration, promotions, then they might cancel out, and then in which case, the merit is the thing that will stick out. However, I don't really trust that because a whole bunch of studios have very different budgets when it comes to how much they can afford to spend on influencing the judges. Whatever actually ends up winning might will not is still not really likely to actually be uh, the best among the nominations. Still, I remain hopeful enough to where I'm ready to make this video and make an ass of myself online. Anyway, let's get to the article. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm going to read the nominations off of Wikipedia, there are two reasons for that. First of all, I don't want to give any particular news agency any cover that I don't think it is really deserving. Secondly, I am pretty sure uh, all the newspapers and news outlets in general that have already published the Academy Awards are also not the Academy Awards, the Academy nominations are hiding are hiding their articles behind paywalls, whereas Wikipedia is the free encyclopedia. I can just click right in and see what's going on. Before I get to that, however, maybe read through this top section a bit. The 95th Academy Awards ceremony will be presented on March 12, 2023 by the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences. Of course, that's why they're the Academy Awards. It will honor films released in 2022 and will take place at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles, as always. Ceremony will be televised by ABC, produced by these guys. Comedian Jimmy Kimmel will host the. Why Jimmy? Why? What made you choose Jimmy Kimmel ABC? Really? Or did the Academy Awards choose him? Uh, he was the host for the 89th and 90th editions of the ceremony. Aren't those the ceremonies that were accused of being racist? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they very much were. Anyway, moving on. Let's go. Okay, got some trivia about the nominees. Let's go into the actual awards. For Best Picture, we got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, Women Talking. Well, we've got the military propaganda entry right here, and we've got the PC entry right here, and we've got what else we got? The obligatory war drama. We've got the obligatory blockbuster, and obligatory biopic. It might actually stand a pretty good shot. However, the one I think, or the one I hope will win is Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's got a little bit of everything. first of all it's got that foreign appeal. Second of all, it's got uh, second of all, it would be a great tribute to uh, to a particular to a particular school of filmmaking, and also it just has a lot of buzz. It attracts a lot of it attracts a lot of attention, and I think from what I've been able to tell about this movie so far, judging by its online reputation, it is perhaps more interesting or the most noteworthy of of all of these. Moving ahead, we got Best Director. Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay, kind of weird for two people to get to share that, but fine. Todd Field for Tar. Have never seen Tar. Maren McDonough for The Banshees of Inisherin. Okay, Ruben Ostlund for The Triangle of Sadness. Oh, Triangle of Sadness is also the obligatory foreign film. I see. And Steven Spielberg for The Fablemans. The fact that Spielberg is still active is, I have to say, I am I am impressed. However, going by the logic from the Best Picture, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once is going to win, or at least I hope that's what wins, because and it might win based purely on PC points, though I don't think it will. But also I've seen enough snippets and enough uh, montages of the movie, or how should I put it, mood boards, collages of the movie, that I can really say that this is the movie that really experiments with the language of cinema from all of these nominations, and it is for that reason that I think this is what will get the award. Also, I'm pretty sure there's some statistic out there that says that a movie is very likely to win Best Picture if it also has the Best Director. I am not sure of that. I haven't checked that, but it would seem very likely. Anyway, Best Actor. We got Austin Butler as Elvis Presley. We got Colin Farrell as Padraig Shilevan. I assume this is Irish for Sullivan. We got Brandon Fraser as Charlie. We got Paul Mescal as Callum Peterson. Never heard of him. There's Bill Nighy as Mr. Rodney Williams. Okay, nice to know Bill Nighy is still finding work. And we got two returning actors who might just receive their roles, might just receive their awards, not necessarily based on how they performed in this movie, but more on how they've performed overall. Because really, a lot of times the Best Actor award is more of a lifetime achievement award rather than an individual accomplishment award. And yeah, that is something that is widely recognized. My money, however, goes to Austin Butler as Elvis, because well, I haven't heard anything bad about him. Within that role, and also the Academy loves its historicals. So even if Elvis, I pretty much guarantee that if Elvis loses Best Picture, it will win Best Actor, because that is its main appeal, and it will be rewarded based on its main appeal rather than its whole package, I guess. For Best Actress, we've got Kate Blanchett as Lydia Tarr. We got Ana de Armas as Marilyn Monroe. Okay, we got Andrea Riseborough as Leslie Rollins. No, I never heard of Andrea Riseborough. Anyway, then got Michelle Williams as Mitzi Shieldkraut Fableman. And then we got Michelle Yeoh, who plays Evelyn Kwan Wang in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Well, okay, this is actually a little bit more. This is actually a little bit trickier. Like I've already said that. The Academy loves its biopics. So by that logic, it is very likely for Ana de Armas to to win this one. Even though personally I see one. Let's see if I can get this. Yeah, good. I see one particular problem, because because Marilyn Monroe was neither Cuban nor Spanish. The Academy might be willing to overlook it, but I won't from but I won't from my assessment. So even though I'm saying she is likely to win, even though I haven't seen the movie or her performance, I think the award is going to go to Michelle Yeoh because, well, primarily because just like the acting awards are typically uh, for career achievements rather than individual achievements, and Michelle Yeoh is pretty much has a career that is sizable enough to where you can really consider, yeah, she should have at least one of these in on her record. Anyway, moving ahead, we got Best Supporting Actor. Brendan Gleeser as Colm Doherty, and we got Brian Tyree Henry as James O'Coin or O'Quan. How should I pronounce this? Anyway, we got Judd Hirsch as Boris Schildkraut for The Fablemans, and then we got Barry. I'm not even gonna try to speak this as Dominic Kearney, and then we got Ke Huy Quan as Waymond Wang. I assume this guy is related to Evelyn Kwan Wang. And again, I really have no clue who would win this because really there's a whole bunch of people I have no connection or history to. Maybe Gleason. I don't know. If this would be my guess that Gleason is gonna win. And really, I'm just pulling that right out of my ass. Anyway, moving ahead, Best Supporting Actress. We have Angela Bassett as Queen Ramonda. We got Hong Chow as Liz. We got Kerry Condon as Siobhan Shulavan. We've got Jamie Lee Curtis as Deirdre Beaubirdra. Okay, that's a name that exists. And there's Stephanie Sue as Joy Wang or Jobu Tupaki, or both. Okay, another another category where there are two nominations from the same movie. My my bet is it goes to Jamie Lee Curtis because if I'm not mistaken, she actually won the Golden Globe for this role, and uh, statistically there are some roles uh, that overlap between the Golden Globes and the Academy Awards, and so if you're likely to win a Golden Globe for something, you're also likely to win the Academy Award for something, and that is a trend that also shows up at stuff like various guilds awards, like for Screen Actors Guilds, Directors Guild, Writers Guild, and in case you're wondering, yes, MatPat actually told me that I didn't do the research myself. Though I wouldn't be surprised if Angela Bassett got that. That's more, but that's more of a, but that would be more from a perspective of the supporting actress award being a career achievement award, which I don't think is the case. I think supporting players tend to be more, for the individual movie. Moving ahead, we got Best Original Screenplay. I can't talk today for some reason. Anyway, the nominees are The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. Well, I've already heaped tons of praise on Everything Everywhere All at Once, so I doubt that's gonna get it. However, I find it very interesting that the Banshees and Tar received this nomination. Maybe there might be something going on with these movies that has flown under radar. So it's very likely one of these will actually get it. But still, I am curious as to what Triangle of Sadness is. Let's see if 2022 satirical black comedy, film stars, la 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 la. Oh, Woody Harrelson. Okay. Anyway, this might actually take it. I think because for I don't know. It sounds like too weird a combination to not take it if you catch my drift. Because because somehow it's supposed to be the Triangle of Sadness, but it's supposed to be a black comedy, and that's a pretty weird square peg to insert a round hole in. And given it was quite successful, you know, it's received a whole bunch of nominations so far. I wouldn't find it unlikely if it, you know, if there is a strong screenplay that really holds everything together. For that reason, I think uh, my bet, even though I'm very not certain of it, is for Triangle of Sadness to win. Best adapted screenplay. We got All Quiet on the Western Front, obvious. Glass Onion, The Knives Out mystery. Okay, that's an adaptation. Okay, didn't think so. Living, Top Gun Maverick, based on the film Top Gun. Okay, seriously, Hollywood, you really just made that so you could give Top Gun one more one more nomination, didn't you? Because seriously, you can't say a sequel is an adaptation. Anyway, and Women Talking. This one is actually based on a novel, so I I'm a bit happier about that. Anyway, uh, I don't think Top Gun is going to win this. There isn't exactly even though there has been a war going on, a war for which to which the United States has contributed quite a bit in making sure that the people it sides with wins. I don't think the military is really popular enough to where to where this kind of movie would receive would receive the acclaim. It received a nomination, but that's really about it. It's not getting an award. Uh, if honestly, my money, I've heard a lot of things about Glass Onion and how a lot of people enjoy it. But but I think the winner is going to be All Quiet on the Western Front because again, war movie, a lot of complex parts that need to be they need to be considered. I think this is the movie that will take it. Also, the freaking novel is a classic. The fact that it received a nomination is proof that it doesn't suck. And if it's based on a classic and it doesn't suck, it's a guaranteed win. Okay, moving on. Best animated feature film. We got Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. We got Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Okay, cute. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. The Sea Beast and Turning Red. This one, this one is fucking tricky. I swear. Um, honestly, I'm very tempted to say this goes to Guillermo del Toro, simply because name recognition, and simply because I think the Academy would be somewhat more likely to look directly for artistry. Um, but Puss in Boots also has a pretty good shot, given it is in fact banking on nostalgia, and it is banking on uh, banking, and it knows how to use that connection in order to draw in its audience. From what I've been able to tell. Still, I think Pinocchio has this one. Like you get Guillermo del Toro strapped to it, the Academy will bend over backwards to give him something. Okay, best international feature film. We got All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina, Close, EO, and The Quiet Girl. Everything from Argentina to The Quiet Girl, you should be happy you got nominated. You can just go home right now. All Quiet on the Western Front is winning this. Like, it's not even a competition. I mean, look at how many. Think about how often I've already mentioned that movie. There is no way. There's no way these others will really, will really steal anything away from it, unless it manages to win. Unless it manages to win best adapted screenplay. Then the Academy might think, okay, this one already has an Academy Award. Let's give something to someone else. But even then, I have to say, All Quiet on the Western Front has, has this award in the bag as well. Next up, best documentary feature: All That Breathes, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed, Fire of Love, A House Made of Splinters, and Navalny. Ooh. Okay. We got two that seem to be some okay. Explores the career of Non-Gordian and the fall of the Sackler family. Okay, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. All That Breathes is no, no, no. Film's intricately layered portrait reveals an evolving city and a fraternal la la la. Okay, I thought these were gonna be environmental picks, but apparently they're not. Sara, okay. Fire of Love documentary follows the lives and careers of volcanologists. Oh, okay. That took a that took a different direction than I thought it would. But still, it's kind of a gimmick. It really sounds very gimmicky. Not exactly. It won't exactly attract a lot of attention. I am still I am still somewhat surprised people make documentary features. Like I know, like I know document as growing up, having grown up on the Discovery Channel and its affiliated networks. That is what documentaries are to me. Series rather than movies. So yeah, I'm still surprised there is a best documentary feature category here. I'm still surprised people make feature length documentaries. Anyway, what's next? House Made of Splinters is that with the support of the State Agency of Ukraine for Film Affairs. Hmm. Yeah, okay. And Navalny. Well, recent events pretty much guarantee that this category is a two-horse race between this and this. I I really don't know what to make of this. Um, I think A House Made of Splinters edges it out because because it is more likely to portray the human or street level drama of the situation, and I think the Academy will resonate with that a little bit more than with Navalny, a movie about Putin's main political opponent, who has also kind of been lionized, mascotized, archetyped, whatever. People already know who he is, but that other thing might just be startling and shocking enough to where people will go, yeah, this is very interesting. This is this is what leaves the impression on me. Moving on, best documentary short subject. The Elephant Whispers, Haul Out, How Do You Measure a Year, The Martha Mitchell Effect, Stranger at the Gate. Haven't heard any of them, so I'll have to hover over to figure out what they're about. Elephant Whispers, the bond that develops between an indigenous couple and an orphan baby elephant. Okay. Haul Out. Russian scientist who observes the life of walruses. Okay. How do you measure a year? Relationship of a father and his daughter. Okay. Martha Mitchell Effect is Netflix original. Yeah. Don't think that don't think that will have a lot of appeal. Stranger at the Gate is Afghan refugee and oh shit. Oh shit, I cannot read this out. Fuck. Uh, this I'm not sure I am this very much depends on how politically charged the academy is really willing to is really willing to get. And I don't think it will. I don't think this is a pretty good contender, I'll say, but I really don't think it will really but I don't think Stranger at the Gate will really, win out unless the Academy is deliberately, you know, looking for trouble, looking for some wasp nests to wrestle. I think for that reason, I think the winner will be How Do You Measure a Year. It sounds like the kind of thing that is more interesting or more or that would evoke more emotion, and I think that is what the Academy would be more interested in exploring. Best live action short film: An Irish Goodbye, Ivalu, Le Pupille, Night Ride, and The Red Suitcase. I don't know anything about these, but Le Pupille actually has an article about it, so it's likely more people have seen it. It'll win simply because of that. Best animated short film: The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse, The Flying Sailor, Ice Merchant, My Year of Dicks. An ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. Wait, what? Okay. Weird title aside, I think this one is going to win. The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Primarily because it is the one, because it is the one thing of this list that I've actually encountered some buzz over. So for that reason, that's what I think is going to win. Best original score: All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The Fablemans. Fablemans is going right out. Sorry, sorry, Williams, you're not. I'm not sure how much more interesting you can really make your scores right now. But the ones that I think would really be interesting are All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. I know I've already said that it would win a whole bunch of the big ones, but it will win one of the technical ones as well. And I think this is the one that it is most likely to win. Moving on, we got Best Original Song. Applause by Diane Warren. Hold My Hand from Yeah. Okay. By Lady Gaga and Blood Pop. Who the fuck that is? Lift Me Up by Tim's, Rihanna, and okay. Natu Natu by MM Keravani. This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Okay. I have gushed about Everything Everywhere All at Once so far. And it's got Mitski tied to it. And I know Mitski has some buzz around her, but overall, I think the winner is going to be Lift Me Up, because I already snubbed I already snubbed Wakanda Forever when it came to the Best Supporting Actress, and I'm pretty sure if it's going to win an Academy Award, it's going to be it's going to be this. It's going to be it's going to be something that people have been really gravitating towards, and I've noticed people have gravitated towards this much more than they've gravitated towards the other nominations. So I'm gonna say Wakanda Forever has this award in the bag. Best Sound, we've got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman. Oh, surprisingly, The Batman is here. Elvis and Top Gun Maverick. This one, let's be honest, this one is between the two war movies, because war movies really have to make sure they are immersive enough. The point of them is to give you the impression that you are in there, and sound is a very good way of doing that. For the sake of for the as far as the presentation in general is concerned, I think All Quiet on the Western Front has this. Like, I know I've seen enough about it to know how it will be presented, and I think that the fact that presentation makes sound that much more important. Therefore, it has to be very good, and given it's received a nomination, it is likely very good, meaning it will also receive the award. No disrespect to everyone else, but All Quiet has this. Best Production Design. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, and Fablemans. Okay, there might be more going on to the Fablemans than I initially thought. Still, I'm not changing any of my predictions so far. From these nominations, I think I'm leaning towards Babylon. I haven't really said anything else about them, but I think Babylon is really going to be the one thing that really edges out everything else, especially when you consider that everything else has already been nominated at some way, shape, or form at something else. They are likely to win something else. But Babylon, however, I think it will have. I am convinced it has a distinctive enough palette to where people will say, yeah, that has the best production design. Moving ahead, best cinematography. We've got All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. I'm actually torn between Elvis and Tar, primarily because they already received a whole bunch of other nominations. I think Elvis has this. Sorry, Tar. Best makeup and hairstyling, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther, Elvis, and The Whale. I think I can strike The Whale clean off. The fact that the Batman is in here is absolutely surprising. Um, All Quiet on the Western Front might edge it out, but I'm not particularly convinced. Wakanda Forever. Well, it does have a lot of more. Well, it does have a lot of distinctive and interesting things going for it. But really, I would have expected it to. Isn't that kind of surprising that Wakanda Forever wasn't nominated for production design? I'm pretty sure the I'm pretty sure the first Black Panther movie was nominated for that. But anyway, this might edge it out. But in my I think Elvis wins it out because again, and the Academy is still banking on the historical appeal. They like to see and they like to see things they are familiar with being brought to life again. And it is for that reason that I think Elvis edges it out here. Moving on, we've got three more categories. So excuse me for this video going this long. I did not expect this. Best costume design: Babylon, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. Well, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris has only received this nomination, and given all the other movies that have been nominated, I'm pretty sure this movie was snuck in because well they had to have five, so it's unlikely to win. And while I've said Elvis is likely to win, makeup and hairstyling because the Academy will resonate with with the old school look brought back to life. I don't think I don't think it has the same chance when it comes to costume design. I think that will go to Wakanda Forever. I I've seen them four times and I think they'll win two awards. Make of that what you will. Because, but yeah, overall I think that uh, that that the costume work in that movie will be considered better than anything else. Even Everything Everywhere All at Once, which I know goes into some really crazy directions with its with its costumes and with its looks, but Wakanda Forever uh, has, I'll say, different requirements different requirements for its costumes and different ways in which they have to uh, you know come up onto the screen. And given it received the nomination, even though it's even though it's aiming for something different, I think the Academy will give it to them, just for the sake of variety. Moving on, we got Best Film Editing. Bohemian Rhapsody won this almost 10 years ago, even though its editing was notoriously crap. Anyway, moving ahead. The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, and Top Gun Maverick. I think Top Gun has this. Like, I know it's got a lot of aerial combat, and aerial combat can look like an absolute fustercluck if you don't know what you're doing. And given that this movie already received a film editing nomination, it seems that whoever edited it does in fact know what they're doing, or what he's doing, Eddie. Yeah, what he's doing. And for that reason, I think this is the movie that's gonna win. Also, given how many nominations it did receive, it is likely to win at least one, and I think it's gonna be one of the technical ones, namely film editing. I've snubbed Todd on everything. I feel so bad now. Anyway, moving ahead, we've got Best Visual Effects. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Wakanda Forever, and Top Gun Maverick. It's going to Avatar. Let's be fucking real. Let's be fucking real. This is Avatar's for the taking. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. Then what do we got next? Oh, some honorary awards. La 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 la. And yeah, these are the nomination tallies. It'll be interesting to come back. It might be interesting to come back after the awards have been granted and check it out. But I'm not necessarily interested in doing that right now. Right now, I would like to say thank you very much for your attention. I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please leave a like, maybe even share the video wherever you think other people will like it as well. If you have anything you'd like to add to any part of what I said, that's what the comment section is for. And if you want to see when my next video gets released, well then please subscribe. And ideally also ring the bell or do whatever else YouTube will ask of you in order to keep you notified. I also have a main channel where I talk about book-related and literature topics, a link to which you can also find in the... not also, you can find in the description down below, right past all of my social media links, which I also suggest you check out, should you choose to. Until next time, I have been the One Take Man.